But I think that I don't know, Buffalo's just riding the wave right now based off emotions, Damar Hamlin. So I think they got this. I don't see
We're going to get into that.
Let's jump right in. Oh, wake up, everybody. It's Saturday morning. I'm Bones. I got my man Smitty with me. Smitty, what's up, brother?
Salutations, everyone. Happy Saturday. It's about to be a nice day out here in New England.
Oh, yeah.
What we got today on the hot stove?
Listen, man, we got a lot of we got NBA basketball, some playoffs to talk about. We got some baseball, and maybe we can go over the draft. I was really fired up, Smitty, for Tuesday because I was looking forward to really getting into, the Knicks, the Sox, the Yankees, the Warriors versus the Lakers, LeBron and Steph, then even to go over some of the NFL drafts. So, obviously I got stuck at work on Tuesday, sort of, and we pushed it to Saturday, 9 a.m. I'm fired up. I went to the gym already this morning. So the energy's good. Energy's high. And what do we got going on today, Smitty? We got the Knicks. We got the Knicks tonight.
Yes, we do have the Knicks at 3:00 going down in the MIA, aka 305.
The 305.
Let's see what the Knicks bring to the table. I tell you, as a Knicks fan, the last game that they played against Miami went, everybody knows, against without Jimmy Butler. And from what I saw, the Knicks, they need to be better disciplined. They need to make those free throws. We spoke about that previously.
Yep.
And they need to play defense, especially when Miami's out in the three-point line. I saw a lot of three-pointers being made and just wide open threes, banking them, and I mean, if they're going to play like that in Miami, they might get themselves in trouble, to be honest with you. Mitch Robinson cannot get in foul trouble early on in the game because they need him as far as the interior game, as far as rebounds, offensive rebounds. At one time in the game, it seemed to me that Miami was getting all the rebounds, second chance opportunities. And that, we know, playoff basketball, that cannot be done.
No, definitely not. Obviously, the first game that the Knicks lost to Miami, they were awful from the line. This past game, they shot 70%. So, improvement. And I think they got to the line, 30 times maybe?
They did.
30 times they got to the line and they made, 70%. So, you know what? Little adjustment. Maybe they were running some suicides and then hitting the foul line. But, I'm looking forward to the game. Obviously, Julius Randle, he stepped in this week. He missed game one, right? Had a pretty big game, helped him out quite a bit. So,
absolutely.
Do you think he's a factor moving forward for the Knicks to just kind of,
They need him. They absolutely need him. I mean, as a Knicks fan, again, the catalytic converter in that team, and we've previously spoken about this, is Jalen Brunson.
Yeah,
definitely. But Randall is definitely a key factor of that team. They need him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Obi shooting from the outside, 3-point. No, that's not going to cut it. That's not going to cut it. And you don't have any Knicks under to get rebounds.
Mm-hmm.
That it's not smart basketball. You know what I mean?
And you know what I think, was a good adjustment made by Thibodeau, to make sure that, Obi Toppin was not shooting.
Yes.
Game one, right? The Knicks, the Miami Heat, they pretty much just said, you know what, we're going to let this dude shoot. And Toppin went, what do you got? He went 4 for 11 in game one from the 3-point line. I mean, as far as Spoelstra making a, defensive adjustment, not even adjustment, but just, game planning to let him take 11 3-pointers. I mean, that's the key to success for Miami.
Absolutely.
Let that guy shoot. He's not a 3-point shooter.
Yeah,
so
absolutely. And think about it. I mean, Miami took one at the Garden.
Yep.
So they were in a good position where they came out aggressively. I think the Knicks fell asleep early on in the game. And let's be honest, towards the end of the game, it was a nail biter.
Yeah.
It was a nail biter. It wasn't like, it was a wrap. No, it wasn't. You know what I mean? If it wasn't for Josh Hart making that 4-point play, it would probably been a different story. But Miami came out aggressively. They I don't know what was the percentage that they shot in the first half, but I'm pretty sure it was high. You know, so the Knicks have to do a better defensively, I think. And I agree with D. D said that Julius Randle, he's hard to watch.
Yeah.
Absolutely, 100%.
Well, I mean, he was a big man. I mean, he kind of plays. I mean, he's forward center, but I feel like he's still always out in that 3 spot. You know what I mean? He likes to post up from the arc.
Right. Right. And that is scary. That, I mean, when he takes those threes out there, I'll be honest with you. I'm like, yo, what are you doing? You know what I mean? You need to drive in, you know?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a good game. I mean, I expect it to be a great game, to be completely honest with you. And I'm very curious to see the impact that Jimmy Butler is going to make today, you know, coming into game 3.
I mean, come on. That guy just lives for these situations. You know what I mean? Like, he wants the ball. You know, there's players out there, there's athletes out there. Yeah. And you know that in every sport that, you know, rise up to the occasion.
Gamer.
And Jimmy Butler is one of those.
Yeah, he's a gamer. Right now they have him listed as a game time decision. Oladipo had that injury, so obviously he's out. Yeah. Tyler Hero's out. So as far as the Knicks, Jericho Sims, I'm not sure what his impact has been anyway, but he's out.
I think that injury stems from the you know, how we covered the dunk contest. I think that he was he stuck his hand in there too long, and it affected his shoulder. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong.
The dunk contest will get you every time.
Yeah.
So listen, obviously this week they announced Joel Embiid as the NBA MVP. Was he deserving of it? Sure, I guess. I don't know. I think the race should have been a little bit closer. I'm a big Jokic fan. Yeah. 3-dimensional player. Joel Embiid's a 2-dimensional player, in my opinion. You know, boards and points. With the Joker, you're getting, you know, points, rebounds, and you're getting assists. Christ, last night Joker went insane and they lost. Oh no, game 2. Game 2, he went crazy.
Game 2, they won.
He went crazy. 30 points, 17 and 17. I mean, how's this guy not the MVP? Here's my question for you, Smitty. If you were the MVP of your basketball team and you missed game 1 and you guys won and you came back for game 2 and game 3, what would you expect the outcome to be?
A W.
A dub. And guess what they caught?
L's.
Come on, man. 1 at home and 1 on the road. I'm sorry. Did the NBA get this? Because let's face it, they don't play basketball in the regular season. I mean, they do, but they don't like really play basketball. Playoffs, they play defense. And that's what I mean by not playing basketball. So if you're confused, anybody that's, you know, currently watching and you think I'm a dink, sometimes I am. But Joker's that dude, man. He's the game changer. What was your thoughts on the outcome of the MVP?
You know what? I agree. I mean, you know, you hit the nail on the head when you said that, you know, he's a 3-dimensional player.
Yeah.
You know, compared to Joel, who's a, you know, 2-dimensional player. But, you know, I mean, the numbers, I think that they were close. And like you said, the race should have been closer, you know, 100%. I mean,
now, let me ask you a question. Do we blame a little bit of this on Kendrick Perkins with the whole race baiting thing, or do you think that had anything to do with it?
I think that, you know, I mean,
little influence.
Yes, there? Absolutely. Yeah, there was a little influence on it, you know.
All right, we can leave it there. I don't want to get too deep into that. I just wanted your opinion because I agree with you. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. Let these dudes play. Let them just let whoever deserves it win and not make it something it's not, because Joel Embiid had a great season. Now the Sixers are down. They're down in the series.
But you know what though, Ray? I also want to compliment the Celtics because the Celtics are playing good basketball. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not that, you know, the Sixers, yes, absolutely. You're right. They're MVP. He should have stepped up. They should have gotten W's. But the Celtics, I mean, they're playing good basketball too, you know? And like you said, these are the playoffs. So, I mean,
100%. And who do you think who's the guy on Boston? Who's the guy? Because we all, you know, everybody shouts Jason Tatum. Jason Tatum had 7 points in game 2, I think. Game 2, he had 7 points. Yeah, he did because they won game 2. Mm-hmm. He had 7 points in game 2. Celtics got a dominating victory. Dominating. Last night. Go ahead.
Yeah, last night, Jason Tatum got 27 points,
Yeah.
10 boards,
Yep.
5 assists, 2
Yep.
steals, 1 block. And I think it's more of a team effort. And that's key in the playoffs. You know what I mean? If their all-stars not pulling through, they step up. Everybody's got to step up. You know?
Listen, I agree to that. I think that, Boston better be trying to invest more in the Jaylen Brown. Jaylen Brown's there every night. I feel like he hasn't taken a night off yet in the playoffs.
No.
And I mean, the guy is an absolute, they're both studs. They're both studs. There's a point in the game last night where, maybe the Sixers were going to go on a run. And then Tatum had that like step back, maybe a little fade away from the 3-point line late in the fourth quarter. Bang. It was like just a dagger, And then did you see the inbound play?
Which one?
In the fourth quarter on the 5-second violation?
No, I did not.
Oh my God. And I believe it was after a timeout. After a timeout, Doc Rivers, what is going on that your team is going to what? You're going to get a 5-second violation when you're down by, I believe they were down by 5 at that point. 1-3, bang, you're back in the game. Yeah, they dropped the ball there. So
he said Brogdon has been lights out too.
Brogdon, you know what? I agree. So everybody knows about big game Robert Horry, right? Robert Horry has always been that dude that always comes up with big shots.
How many championships did he have?
I believe he has
rings.
5 or 5, maybe. I believe he has 5. He might even have.
I thought he was 6. I thought he was 6.
Listen, he could be 6. He could be 6. I know Robert Horry. He's got a bunch with the Spurs. He's got one or two with the Lakers, the Rockets.
Don't forget about the San Antonio Spurs.
Oh, yeah, no, that was the first one I said was the Spurs.
Okay. Yeah.
So maybe he does. Maybe he does have 6. If Hastings, if you're in there, whoever's watching, throw that in the comments. 7.
He said he's got 7. Yeah.
All right, well, let's check it out. But anyway, Robert Horry rings. He has 6.
6. Okay. Yep.
Yeah, 6. Robert Horry rings. 6. Oh, 7. Does he have 7? No, Robert Horry has 7 rings.
Okay.
Hey, but he's not the GOAT. So anyway, we're getting off track with the rings, but another big time player. And can we talk about Al Horford real quick? I mean, he's like a silent assassin for Boston.
Yes.
When that dude's open, he doesn't miss. He does not miss 3-pointers. Huge game last night. Huge game.
Hey, so I know that you're bringing up, again, the MVP and all this stuff, but let's look at the Sixers. Let's look at the Sixers. You know what I mean? Because the MVP is not the whole team. All right. Let's look at Harden. We forget about Harden.
Yeah, he stunk it up.
He shot 5 for 28 in the last 2 games.
Right. Yeah.
Tyrese Maxey. They haven't been contributing.
No. Listen, Embiid had a great game.
He did have a good game 1. He had 45 points in game 1.
2. Yeah, he missed game 1. Yep. Yeah, game 2 he went crazy. Took an L. Wild. So
yeah.
So the question is here, what are you doing, Doc Rivers? Do you put it on Doc, or is it just that your guys can't hit any shots? You know what I mean? There's no way you should be losing basketball games. I mean, they got blown out. He had 45 points and they got beat by 30. You know what I mean? There's something wrong with that.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, what's Embiid's averaging 37.5 points and 37.5 points in the first 2 games that he played, and they're down 2-1. So great job by Boston. Their bench obviously is much deeper than Philadelphia, and Philadelphia's going to have a hard time. Philadelphia's going to have a hard time. I wouldn't be surprised if Boston just takes this thing 4-1 or 4-2. 5 or 6 games max in the series.
So Ray, we got the East. Let's take it to the left coast.
Yes, sir.
LA Lakers against the Golden State Warriors. Series is tied 1-1. A lot of people think that Anthony Davis is carrying LeBron. Is that true?
100%.
Okay.
Of course it's true.
So I mean, but let's think about that. So would it be fair to say that LeBron he gets double team, triple team. The next player to step up would be Anthony Davis.
Oh wait, no, sure, fine. However,
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you who.
no. I don't think that LeBron's getting double and triple teamed. You know what I mean? LeBron was 9 for 24 in game 1. Game 1, right? 9 for 24. 1 for 8 from beyond the arc. Anthony Davis, by the way, if anybody remembers, and please comment, come on, L. Hastings, because I know you have something to say about LeBron. A few years ago, Anthony Davis was a top 3 to 5 player in the NBA.
Yes,
that was before he went to the LA. And obviously, we all know
you're 100%. Yes.
The dude is fragile. He can't stay on the court. And that, that's probably why the Lakers have been unsuccessful, the last couple of years.
There's so many reasons why the LA Lakers have been unsuccessful,
but let's just say Anthony Davis is he's the biggest reason. The biggest reason that the Lakers are unsuccessful is not from LeBron. LeBron's not the best player on his team. Yes, I said that.
Okay.
That team ticks on the back of Anthony Davis. 100%. He can do everything. He can do everything. And, he even looks good doing it. You know what I mean? He dominates.
Actually, I'm going to have to disagree with you on that.
All right, let's go.
The only reason why I will have to disagree with you on that is there's no doubt in my mind that Anthony Davis is a talented player. However, from me, I'm neutral when it comes to this. Yep. When I'm watching a Lakers game, I'm thinking to myself, when is this kid going to get hurt again? So as far as him looking good, I'm just like, this kid's going to get hurt going up for a rebound.
You're probably right.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
No, I agree with that.
That's my point of view of that. And I'm neutral because I'm not a Lakers fan. I'm not a LeBron fan. I'm not an Anthony Davis fan.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's just my point of view on that.
No, listen, I agree. And what I say, I'm just like, when you watch and just like Hastings said earlier, Julius Randle, he's tough to watch.
Absolutely.
Honestly, I like half of LeBron's game, right? I don't like his full game. I do. But watching LeBron's rough. It is like his jumper's ugly. He dribbles.
But hold on. Time out though. It's really bad with LeBron watching him if you already have a mindset, if you're not open-minded about the guy and you're like, yo, this guy flops, which is true.
Yeah.
I agree 100%.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm going to have to agree with D on this one. If they did not have LeBron, they don't stand a chance.
Right. But
you take LeBron out of that team.
Sure.
And you leave Anthony Davis.
No chance.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but
that's
I'm not arguing that. You can flip-flop it. Take Anthony Davis out and they don't have a chance. It's the same thing. No Anthony Davis, no chance. No LeBron, no chance. 100. I agree with that. Are you with me on that?
Yeah. I'd have to say yes.
Who's going to step up?
Christ, you're right. They don't.
They got blown out in game 2.
They did.
And why? Why? So,
they're playing the champions. So let's not forget about that. Klay Thompson.
Finally,
that dude just went off.
Finally,
you know what I mean?
Klay. Finally, thank you, Klay Thompson. Finally,
but it's just a matter of time with these guys stepping up. You know what I mean?
So, Anthony Davis took 11 shots in game 2. 11 shots. That's it. LeBron took 18. All right. My thought process was, and I'm trying to figure out what they took. Did they take the night off because they're older and they're trying to, maybe get ready for game 3 and game 4 in LA? They figured, you know what? Kind of like what Miami did. Kind of what Miami did with Jimmy Butler. He's got a bum ankle. You know what? We're going to sit him game 2. We're going to get healthy. We're going to rest him. We're going to go down to South Beach and we're going to get our guy back. And we're going to get, and obviously their thought process is that they're going to get a dub. So
absolutely. Real quick, Ray, I want to acknowledge my man Joe. Joe is in Pittsburgh right now. He's out on a trip out there. So enjoy Pittsburgh.
Hell yeah,
man. Eat some of that food out there. They have good food in that town.
Yeah, and good luck on the games. I believe out there for their son's hockey. some
That's
hockey
what's
this
up.
weekend, I believe. So enjoy and best of luck to you, little man. But yeah, as far as the Lakers go, I think they took the day off. I mean,
So
LeBron.
The Lakers are 27-25 against Western Conference opponents. LA is 18-32 against opponents over 500.
Yep. Wait, they're what?
18-32 against opponents over 500.
Yeah. But how many games did LeBron and Anthony Davis play in those games? They might have looked at them and go, we're gonna lose. We're gonna lose. Let's just wait.
you really think that they have that mindset? You think they have that mindset?
I didn't think that a professional athlete would ever have the mindset to take days off, period. It's different now. These players now, they're soft. This ain't like old school basketball or load management. What? They're soft. Granted, LeBron's old now. He's old. Ask Dylan Brooks. He'll tell you. He'll tell you
Dylan
how
Brooks,
old.
it's funny you bring that name up because you know what? I think the Grizzlies said that there's absolutely no chance that guy is coming back to their team.
Yeah, I mean, there were shots fired between the agent and the owner, and I don't know. We'll see what happens with that. But a good basketball player is a good basketball player, and if you want him, you sign him. Hey, you know what?
Is Dylan Brooks a good basketball player though?
I mean, last year he was averaging, I think, like 18 points a game. This year he didn't do that, but the year before he was. So he's not a bum. He's probably not a good locker room guy, right? Giving bulletin board material to the other teams in like a playoff game. Not to mention you're poking at one of the greats. Yep, LeBron's one of the greats. Not that much of a hater to recognize greatness, but yeah.
So what about the other series, Ray? You got Phoenix.
Well, real quick on and this is the last thing I'm going to say about LeBron and the Lakers.
Mm-hmm.
They played 12-minute quarters in the NBA. Anthony Davis played 32 minutes in game 2. LeBron played 28 minutes in game 2.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll just leave that there, and then you can take it for what it's worth. I mean, do you know what I'm saying?
I hear you.
So game one. You know how many minutes they played?
How many?
Anthony Davis played 43 minutes in game 1. LeBron played 40. I don't think I'm wrong, Smitty. We'll see what happens.
Well, but hold up though. LeBron James, okay, he got 23 points.
But screw the points. I'm talking about them.
You're talking about minutes.
I'm talking about minutes. I'm talking about them taking game 2 off, right? Because they only played 32 and 28. They took game 2 off. They took an L hard, and now they're going to go back to LA and they're going to play more minutes. And honestly, they might give Golden State a problem because the matchups are not that great for LA. Honestly, my opinion. Yeah. My opinion. What's up, Justin? Welcome. Happy Saturday, brother. Hope everything's good. 70-degree day today. By the way, anybody who is watching right now, make sure you guys just go over to The Hook Sports on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. Give us a like, a follow, drop a comment, and at your leisure, you can watch us on YouTube or Facebook.
Definitely.
But I recommend going to the YouTube page. We like YouTube. Push it over to YouTube right now. Obviously, we're streaming through YouTube and Facebook. Let's get after this one, Smitty. So, Nuggets. You want to talk about the Nuggets and the Suns? Is that where we're going?
Absolutely. The Nuggets and the Suns.
Listen,
so the Nuggets have what, a 2-1 lead in the series?
Yep, 2-1. KD and KB went absolutely crazy last night. KB, DB, sorry. Booker, Durant went nuts. 47 for Booker, 39 for KD. 86 points between the two of them. Now, one of the stats that jumps out to me, Smitty, they shot a total of 18 free throws throughout the whole game. Phoenix, 18 free throws. Booker, 2 for 2 from the line. Kevin Durant was 14 for 16 from the line. Nobody else shot a free throw. Does that seem strange to you?
It does. It does.
Now, is there any red flags or yellow flags going off like NBA? Do they want this to go to game 7? Do they want Phoenix? Do they like I don't know, man. That doesn't make any sense to me
Listen,
at all. But I guess if you kind of look at the shots across the line, nobody else shot more than 9 times. One player, Cameron Payne, shot 9 balls. DeAndre Ayton only shot 6, and everybody else was, 7, 4, 3. So I guess, you know what? Maybe it makes sense because Booker threw the ball up 25 times. By the way, he made 20 of those out of 25. That's really good.
Hey, good morning, Angie. Yins have fun out there. Yins in Pittsburgh. Yins have fun out there. No, I agree with you 100%. Nikola had 17 rebounds, 17 assists.
Oh, that was last night that he went crazy. It wasn't game 2. Yeah.
30 points.
Yep. Yeah. But, I mean,
I still don't know. Listen, the rebounds, Denver out-rebounded Phoenix 51 to 41.
Yeah, but there's one stat that pops. Well, maybe not as much as I thought it was going to.
Turnovers. The turnovers, is that what you were talking about?
Nah, because I mean that's not too much of a swing. I mean, obviously,
second chance points. Denver had 22.
Yeah. How do they lose?
I don't know. That's what I'm looking at right now. This doesn't make any sense.
I'm going to tell you why right now. Because Phoenix only took 95 shots and they made 48 of them. They were 50% from the field. How do you beat a team that shoots 50% from the field? That's crazy. And then Denver, I'm sorry. And Denver, they shot 44% from the field. Like you lose, you took an L shooting 44% from the field. That was a great game to watch, just to watch all the baskets go in.
But like you said, I mean, technically, I mean, like you said, the writing's on the wall. More than likely, they want this for entertainment purposes, for money purposes. They want for this series to be a legitimate series, and maybe it'll go to game 7, like you said. You know what
I mean, you know what? There's stars all over this. I mean,
absolutely,
it's full of stars, great players.
Yeah, definitely.
Just shout out to Devin Booker, though. Seriously, 20 for 25 from the field. He was 80% field goals. Come on.
When he's on, he's on.
He's not a big man. You know what I mean? I could understand somebody down low in the paint. They're shooting high percentage shots, layups, or, they're at the rim at least. This dude's shooting threes. He's shooting. He shot 8 threes. He's 5 for 8 from beyond the arc. 20 for 25 for the game. That's a tough thing to beat. KD was 12 for 31.
I'm not surprised.
12 for 31. He hooked up 31 shots. He only made 12. Who's more efficient? Obviously, Devin Booker. So hey, let's go.
Was CP3 playing?
CP3? No, he's out. CP3's out.
Okay.
I believe. I don't know if it was his knee. Let me check real quick. Betting info. Got to go to the betting info. You got to know who's in, who's out. Ah, shit.
Justin said Denver in 6. I agree. Phoenix Suns won't be able to sustain that level of play every game.
How about
100%.
this? Yeah, no, for sure. How about this? Or let me ask you this question, and anybody, please feel free to comment groin for Chris Paul. Thanks, Justin. What's going on, bro? Oh man, what did I just do? Oh, yep, I did it. I just had a complete brain loss. Complete loss of brain. I worked too many hours this week. I apologize. It was something good too. Stand by for that.
CP3's out. Oh, CP3's out with a groin.
Yep. No, I did see that. So no, is Denver the most disrespected 1 seed in the history of the NBA? Honestly, is this a crazy question?
No, I think that's a legitimate question. I mean, if you would, well, what do you mean by that though? What would lead you to believe that?
I mean, because who do people talk about? I mean, Denver's the 1 seed. Denver's the 1 seed in the East.
D
Right?
said yes.
In the West, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
They're the 1 seed in the West. You have the Joker. Obviously, he did not win the MVP. But they won a ton of basketball games. They won 57. I believe they won 57 basketball games this year.
Listen,
No one's talking about Denver winning anything. Everyone's talking about
but like,
Golden
but
State.
like you said, I mean, listen, no disrespect to
Boston.
that town, but it's Denver.
True.
You
And talk
know what I
about
mean?
disrespect. You want to talk about disrespect? What the hell is Milwaukee doing firing Mike, whatever his last name is? And I'm being disrespectful.
Golden Hoser.
Bulldozer. I don't know. Bulldozer. You know what I'm saying? Like, what are they doing? This dude is there. He gives you an opportunity to win every single year. I hope Milwaukee stinks next year. I hope you stink, Bucks. That was.
Do you think that there was more to it behind the scenes?
No idea. Chris Middleton's banged up all year. He's your number 2 player on the team, obviously behind Giannis. Giannis was hurt, and you fire your coach. You don't deserve to win another chip, Milwaukee. Shame on you. That was terrible.
It took him a long time to win that. But
That was
yeah.
terrible. Unbelievable. Honestly, it is shocking to me that they did that. Shocking.
Absolutely.
But
Definitely.
hey, that's what happens when you're a 1 seed. You get bounced by the 8 seed, I guess.
It
Don't
can
worry.
happen. It's the playoffs.
The resume doesn't count for that, coach. Resume doesn't count. All right. Hey, I'm sure he's going to get scooped up. No problem. He's going to get scooped up. Stupid. Dumb. Bad move. Anyway. Whew. Thanks for my little rant right there. So
give me your picks. Give me your picks before we move on. Give me your picks as far as the teams out in the East, the teams out in the West. Who you got?
I think it's going to be Boston. I think it's going to be Boston in the East. I don't really see the other teams, and no disrespect to the Knicks or the Heat or even the Sixers, but the Celtics have a bench. They're deep. Tatum and Brown are they're like the dudes, and then you have people like Brogdon, which was a huge addition that has stepped it up.
Mhm.
Big shot, Al Horford. I like Boston coming out of the East. I love Boston coming out of the East, actually. And I'm not a Boston fan for anybody who knows. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan, not relevant. But I would honestly like to see a New York Boston Eastern Conference Finals just because Boston and New York is always that thing. It is that thing, Smitty. We know that, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Absolutely. Far as the West Coast, you know me. I love the Golden State Warriors. I'm a huge Steph Curry fan. He's my favorite player in the NBA. He has been for the last few years. But I really would like to see Denver win it. Honestly, I would love to see Denver win the whole thing. That's what I would like to see. That's what I'd like to see. Denver, Golden State. I don't think Denver will beat Golden State. I think Golden State has too many weapons, but Golden State's going to have a hard time with LA. I'm curious to see what the hell is going to happen on Monday. I really am.
Definitely.
I'm curious to see what. Oh wait, Sunday. Yeah, we'll see what happens. Oh, I am way too far ahead right now. I'm in next week right now, Smitty. Get me in line. Get me in line, man. You're here. You're here to help me. I need you. So tomorrow night, Celtics and the Sixers, and then obviously tonight 8:30. 8:30. Golden State and
8:30.
LA. Obviously 3:30 today. We'll see your Knicks in the Heat.
Miami. Yeah,
So
absolutely.
pretty cool basketball, NBA. A lot of fun. Looking forward to it. Moving forward, let's talk about the Diamond. Let's talk about the Diamond. What's going on in New York?
You talking about the Mets? Let's talk about the Mets.
Yeah, you can talk about
Let's
either
talk about
one.
the Mets.
They both stink right now.
Absolutely. Facts
They
are
both-
facts.
They both stink right now. And I'm
No
not
excuses.
saying-
Listen,
Nope.
no excuses whatsoever. As a Yankee fan, we all know that the Yankees, you either love them or hate them.
Right.
There is no in between. It is the New York Yankees. There are no other teams that people are going to focus on. People, listen, the Mets could be falling apart, injuries, the whole nine, everything. At the end of the day, I've said it before, I'll say it again, nobody cares.
Yeah.
Nobody cares.
Second class.
I mean,
right?
absolutely, all day, 100%. 100%. And I'm not going to apologize because, listen, I've witnessed it too long, you know. But moving to the Yankees, I believe that Cashman and Boone, they've displayed a pattern where, Cashman the other day, he said, do not lose faith in us, or, keep believing in us. Dude, who the hell is us? You know what I mean? As Yankee fans, we're not going to lose faith in our team, but Cashman needs to leave, man. I get it that we're stuck with him, but to be honest with you, I do not think that there's a pattern, dude. I mean, Frankie Montas, you telling me, Carlos Rodon getting paid $162 million. Okay. All these other teams, they were able to pick up on Correa's ankle injury, leg injury, but now they come out and they say that Carlos Rodon, he has a chronic back issue.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time I checked chronic medical terminology, that means that you have an injury that could get worse. And a back injury? I mean, come on now.
Oh, God, it's terrible.
Listen, I'm realistic. I'm realistic. I mean, that lineup without Judge, and I know that you do not like Judge.
I love Judge.
But I will tell you this much. Without Judge, that lineup is you go from 1 to 9.
Mm.
And it's like we're hoping. We're treading water right now.
Yep.
Am I concerned as a Yankee fan? Absolutely.
Sure.
Do I think that they'll still be in the mix if it's a big word, if they, everybody gets healthy,
Mm-hmm.
Stanton, he comes back, he'll probably go out again. I mean, listen, it is what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it, bro. I'm realistic. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I'm not going to sit here and say, no, everything's going to be all right. Dude, there's like fire behind me, fire flames and shit, and I'm not going to sit here and say, everything is good. Yes. Do I understand that it's May? Yep. Absolutely. It's May. Yeah. However, when your division, and here's another thing that people are saying, oh, well, if the Yankees were in another division, they'll be in first place. Who cares? Who cares? Listen, our division. Are
Yankees fans saying that? There's no way.
I don't know about Yankee fans.
There's not a Yankee fan that's saying that.
Dude, there's people that are trying to de-escalate or trying to say that it's only May, dude. Bro, the Rays are for real. Oh, the Rays are for real.
Yeah, they have everything.
On paper, Red Sox Nation, for the most part, was panicking about their team. They're on a hot streak right now.
Yeah, we are.
And nobody expected them to be like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got the Toronto Blue Jays, who we'll talk about. You want to talk about the Blue Jays. Yeah. But the Blue Jays, they were hot.
They were.
They are hot. You know what I mean? And they're going to continue to be hot. I mean, listen, every baseball team is going to be coming into a streak, whether it's winning, whether it's losing. You know what I mean? But I mean, listen, the Yankees have no excuses. I'm sorry. Yes, we do have a lot of injuries, but why do we continue to have injuries? Why do we continue to have injuries, dude?
Must be from all the pressure of playing in that stadium.
Well, that's another one. Boom. Let's talk about Boom. Let's talk about Boom.
Tell me
that dude is, bro, that dude is done. Mentally, he is done. The pressure has gotten to him. When the pressure gets to you and you trying to do the right thing, you got analytics. You have, okay, wait, let me take Herman out. 88 pitches. Now, everybody, basic baseball will tell you there's a starter. That might have been the best game that he's thrown out there. 1 out.
8.1. 8.1 innings pitched. 2 outs.
1 out. 25 outs, dude. 25 outs, right? He takes him out for Clay Holmes, who literally has displayed consistently this year that he is not good in clutch situations.
So, okay, let me ask you this question. Obviously, Clay Holmes wasn't that bad last year.
You're right.
He was very successful. Right. And as a manager, and I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here, as a manager, and your guy's struggling, and you're like, you know what, we're up 2-0, right? They lost 3-2 this game, I believe, that we're talking about.
Yes.
You're up 2-0. What? There was a runner on first with 1 out, whatever. Yep. And then you're like, you know what? I want to help build my guy's ego. So I'm going to bring him in. He has the ability to close out.
No. You bring that dude out. You bring him out when there's like a 7-4 lead with one man on base.
But what's that do for your pressure? All right, 7-4 man on, got it, no problem. Sure. Hey, Yankees better get it together.
But
quick.
then again, listen. So you got that situation, right?
Rating. Yep.
Then we play. That was against who? The Guardians.
Cleveland. Yep. Cleveland.
Yep. The third game, I believe it was. Boone tried his hardest to give that game away too.
Hmm.
It's becoming a pattern, dude. You know what I mean? Where some fans will tell you, last year, the year before, there's just situations in the game where managers need to decide. And listen, a lot of people say that Kevin Cash from the Tampa Bay Rays, he's an analytical manager.
Yeah. It's working out right now.
But you know what? They're playing fundamental baseball.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're playing fundamental baseball. The game last night against Tampa Bay, the Yankees gave them that game. I mean, let's talk about it. You know what I mean? Bader, they were down 4-0. Bader came in, they got a run. Bader came in, he hit that 3-run shot. And then you got pieces in the outfield that are not outfielders, okay? You have some infielders playing outfield, IKF. Poor guy. You know what I mean? That guy he just wants to play. You know what I mean? That's the way I feel about him. So they put him out in the outfield. You know what I'm saying? They blunder a routine fly ball. They're making mental mistakes, and that doesn't help. I mean, there's a lot of young kids in that team. Oswaldo Cabrera, great talented kid, but you know what? I mean, they don't have that support right now. Rizzo's doing all he can. You know what I mean? You got LeMahieu. LeMahieu's doing all he can. Hopefully things will change for the better. But as far as the pitching, the rotation, right now we're clogging leaks with Garrett Cole. Besides Cole, Cortez had a bad game.
Yeah.
And I get it. You know what I'm saying? You're allowed to have a bad game or whatever. But then after Cortez, Herman, Brito, who's a young kid.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
What about that guy? Is it Schultz?
Schmidt,
sorry. Clayton, what's his name? Colton Schmidt? Something? I don't know.
Schmidt. Yes.
Schmitty.
Yeah, he's inconsistent.
He's terrible. Yes. I mean,
but he's not a starter. He's not a starter. You know what I mean? So he's one of them guys that you bring out of the bullpen.
Let me throw some numbers at you real quick, Smitty.
Oh, I love those.
The Red Sox are 20-14. The Yankees are 17-16. Okay. We got 2.5 game lead on the Yankees. Who cares? I just like to say that because I'm a Red Sox fan. However,
no doubt.
The Red Sox have given up 173 runs this year. The Yankees, 127. Now, you want to talk about problems? And you did say it earlier. You guys can't hit. You guys can't score runs. You can't score runs. You've given up the second least amount of runs in the AL East right now.
You're 100% right. But it's a domino effect, right?
Well, listen, you got to separate offense and defense right now, and you got to get your bats going. I understand Judge is hurt. I understand, all these players are banged up. You got to score runs. Switch the lineup up a little. I don't know. But the Yankees can't score runs right now.
Listen, Ray. If you have Aaron Hicks, who Cashman, Boone, they refuse. The guy is done mentally, physically. The guy cannot hit a ball. You know what I mean? So that's an automatic out.
Right.
You got these individuals in the lineup that are not. They're trying to hit the ball outside. You know what I'm saying? They're not making contact. They're just swinging away.
I get it, but you've given up the 5th least amount of runs in the American League this year.
Yeah.
It's not your pitching. It's not your pitching.
Overall, it's not our pitching. You're correct.
It's not your pitching. Fine, Judge is hurt. Stanton's hurt. All right.
Yeah, okay. Who cares?
Okay.
Who cares? Nobody cares about that.
No.
Nobody cares about that. Listen, if you understand the pressure, if you understand and you're a Yankee fan, I know I can only speak for myself, but as a Yankee fan, I tell you, there are no excuses. You know what I'm saying? Nobody cares about injuries or anything like that. The fact of the matter is that besides the Mets, we're up there as one of the highest payroll teams in baseball.
Yep.
Nobody cares about that. Houston they have injuries too, but they find ways to win.
I mean, you guys are sitting on the same record right now. You guys are actually a half game behind them. You have one more.
Right. But like I said,
One
you
more
take
out.
Houston's division. Look at Houston's division. Do me a favor. Look at Houston's
I'm
division.
looking at it. I'm looking at it.
And look at the American League East.
No, we're loaded. American League East is by far the best division in baseball right now. It's not even close. And that's for American and National League. Nobody's better. Nobody's better. Not even close. Not even the NL West. Not even them. Nope, they're not. Let's talk about the Red Sox real quick because I said one
You
thing
should be.
when we
You
started.
should be excited.
Right now I am, but like you said earlier, it is May, right? We're on a
It
7
is
game.
May.
We're on a 7 game heater. I would like to add in that 7 game stretch. We welcomed that team from Toronto who was on a winning streak. They were coming in hot. I think they had won 7 out of their last 10 games. Came to Boston, swept. All right. That was pretty good. I thought we were going to get back on, 500 baseball. Didn't happen. Okay. Now we have Philadelphia. And let's be honest, Philadelphia's been playing some, they got a little hot, right? They didn't start out quick, but they got a little warmer. They got warmer.
Well, Bryce Harper is back. You know what I mean? So, I mean, Philly, from what I've seen so far in Philly, it's their pitching.
Yeah.
You had Wheeler, who is struggling right now.
Yep.
You know what I mean? But I think that team's going to be all right. At the end, that team's going to be all right. Philly's going to be in the mix with Atlanta. And I don't know about the Mets.
You know what? My thing with the Mets is this: like, what's wrong with Max Scherzer? He got suspended. Now they're checking him every game. I mean, was he cheating all along? What was he cheating all along?
Listen, these umps are out of control, dude. These umps are out of control. And as a baseball fan, the games that I've seen, and I watched Padres, the Dodgers last night, Seattle, that was a good game. Seattle, Houston last night. And these umps, they need to be held accountable because I don't know if it's the pitch clock that's affecting them, but they have gotten so terrible. The strike zone location, they're making some calls that are ridiculous. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Somebody needs to hold these individuals accountable.
Mm-hmm.
They're ejecting people out for sometimes like what was the purpose of you throwing this individual out of the game?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But yes, I agree with Chris Michael. Scherzer, he's old. Verlander, he's old. I mean, if we really want to get technical about the Mets.
Yeah, no, I thought.
And notice
mm-hmm.
how nobody said. I mean, listen, the Mets got swept by the Detroit Tigers.
Ugh. Yeah. The 14-17 Detroit Tigers.
The 14-17. Now, listen, they're a Major League Baseball club. They're professionals also. I'm not taking anything away from them.
They're a hair better
come
than
Athletics. Come on now. I'll refer to you as you call him, Uncle Steve.
Yeah.
Uncle Steve, right?
Yeah. Everybody loves Uncle Steve.
I don't know about everybody, but you love him.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So why are the Mets struggling? That's the question.
That honestly, I couldn't tell you that, Smitty. I couldn't tell you because the Mets were doing pretty good to start the season. But once again, let's just talk about it. It's baseball. It's baseball. And I'm not going to sit here and say, you know what, we're 20-14. We scored 200 runs. We've given up 173 and say that we're going to keep this momentum throughout the season. Eventually, everything's going to even out.
But you said
same thing is going to go with the Mets.
But here's my take on that, Ray.
It's all runs.
My take on it. Here's my take. Momentum.
Sure. Yeah.
Right now, you guys have the momentum.
And the Mets don't.
Can you get the Mets don't. The
Yep.
Yankees don't. There's two, but the Yankees have different issues. You know what I mean? The Mets, I can't compare them to the Yankees right now because the Mets don't have the significant injuries. And Buck Showalter, I mean, listen, let's be honest. I respect that man. You know what I mean? Does he get the job done in the playoffs? That's a different story. That's a different story for another day. You know what I mean? But as far as the regular season, he knows how to win.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, the Mets, maybe the fact that they don't have a closer, maybe the bullpen is not coming through for them. They're unable to produce runs,
Yeah.
So a lot of factors come into that play,
I mean, they've scored 142 runs. They've given up 142 runs. So, I mean, based off like runs scored, runs against, they're 500 there, and they're one win over 500. So they're pretty much par for the course as far as what their production has been on offense and defense. So, and then the freaking Mets, who cares? Honestly, I hope, like you said, second class, right? They're the second class team in New York, whatever.
Yeah.
Best of luck to the Mets. If I had to pick a New York team, that's the one I would pick. You know that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
No
definitely.
secrets over here. But why we're talking about, no, I guess no, let's not talk about the Mets anymore. Let's go back to Boston because there's a lot to talk about right now.
Yes.
Rookie
Yes,
of the
big
year.
time.
Rookie of the year, preseason, early, not preseason, but April, May. Yoshida's been on fire. I don't know if anybody's been paying attention. Was that
Yes.
and I do remember, and I recall some of these fans out there, Smitty, Kevin.
What happened?
When the Red Sox signed Yoshida for 3 years to 33, whatever his small contract was,
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was a steal. Can't go wrong. It's only $30 million in game of baseball when people are getting paid $500 million, or will be,
Yeah.
if not more.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, was I hopeful? Yep. Worked out pretty good though, don't you think so? So far.
So far.
I'm not
yes.
gonna, like go crazy yet, but I love this kid. And he's hitting dingers.
Keep in mind though that your team is hitting the ball right now.
We used to have the second most runs scored in the league.
Everybody who's supposed to be hitting the ball, they're hitting the ball right now.
Yep. We have scored the second most runs in all of Major League Baseball behind the Tampa Bay Rays.
So it makes it easy for Yoshida to stand out right now, and shine.
Well, but Smitty, we've scored 200 runs, and he has a lot to do with that.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's what I'm saying, that they're clicking on all cylinders right now.
Same with Verdugo. Can we talk about Alex Verdugo? This dude needs some shine. This dude is playing baseball. He's coming through in the clutch. Alex Verdugo. Now, we had hope for him. Breakout season. I don't know. I think so. It's May though. I don't want to get too crazy.
You know what? I think that I agree with Chris when he says, too bad your organization didn't want to go get some pitching. And I think that, looking forward, I think that's going to be your guys' Achilles heel, where your pitching, if you guys stay healthy, you guys can compete.
Mm-hmm.
But if your pitching falls apart, the bullpen, your starters, you have how's what's his name doing there? Kluber.
Let's not talk about Kluber. Let's not talk about him. He stinks. He absolutely stinks. Yeah, he's ERA over 6.
Okay.
I think
but keep in mind that guy, bro, that guy's got some age on him.
He's won one game. He's 1-4. How old is old Corey boy?
He's like 30 something, 35, 36.
He's 37 years old.
Yeah,
he's 37 years old.
Okay.
I mean, what did I say? All I said is I got to be hopeful. As a fan of any team, if your team stinks, let's face it, everybody, there's not one person out there that thought the Red Sox were going to be where they are right now, including me in May at all season. Nobody thought that. And I'm happy. Of course I am. I didn't think that. Nobody did. Like I said, nobody did. Why? You know who our best pitcher is?
Who's your best pitcher?
Oh my. Our best pitcher right now is let's go with Nick Pivetta. Nick Pivetta with a 4.99 ERA, 1.30 whip. A 4.99. He's our ace right now. Now, hold on a minute before I get too crazy and start shitting on my team. Chris Sale is coming back. He's coming back to form. He showed some signs last night with 10 Ks. he looked pretty good. He looked really good. And it's very exciting to see, hey, we might have a guy that actually might be progressing, because right now his ERA is over 6. That stinks.
Sale?
Oh, yeah. Yep. 6.37 with a 1.44 whip. He's got 45 Ks. I'm not sure where that is in the league, but I'm sure he's probably one of the top 15, 20 pitchers as far as Ks concerned. But he's given up 25 runs. Gives up a lot. You know, he's given up 25 runs, 5 dingers. Pavetta has given up 7. But listen to this. Listen to this staff right now. Listen to this staff. Chris Sale, 6.37 ERA. I'm just doing ERAs. Nick Pavetta obviously is at a 4.99. Tanner Houck, 5.34. Kluber, 6.44. Brian Bello, 5.71. Garrett Whitlock, 6.19. Then we go to the bullpen. Ryan Brazier's over 8. Blyer's over 5. Ort's over 7. How are we 20 and 14 right now? Well, obviously
Scoring runs.
We're hitting the ball.
Outscoring your opponent.
But holy shit. So I can recall back to the beginning, Smitty, when we started talking about baseball, one of our first episodes, and shitting on the Red Sox. Yes, that's right. But I said I can only hope and pray for 2021, and so far that is what's happening. Got to keep the momentum. Got to keep the momentum. I'm not sure it's going to happen, but I'm hopeful.
So listen, let's talk about Shohei Ohtani.
Yes, sir.
Shohei Ohtani has, what is it? He joined the great Babe Ruth.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
And has how many strikeouts again?
Over 5. Is it over 500?
Yep. And 100 home runs.
Yep.
Right? In a short period of time. He's a classic all-around baseball professional.
Yes.
He doesn't showboat. He is
showboat.
Yes.
You want to talk about that?
I don't know. Do you? Because if you do, I do.
Why don't you finish up on Ohtani before we destroy Wander?
No. Oh, Wander Franco. Who's talking about Wander Franco?
Wander Franco, the little ball flip to himself. What are you doing? What are you doing? Smitty, would you do that? What would if your kid was playing baseball they were on second base and they did some bush league horse shit like that, would you be okay with it?
I think that somebody nailed it on the Hook page when they said, I'll be that old man. I don't know about grumpy, but I'm old. And I'm blessed. I embrace it. You know what I'm saying? I'm old school, bro. I know damn well that in any sport, you just don't do that.
Nah.
I mean, listen, will I go as far as some of these athletes, some of these players celebrating after a touchdown, home run, after your team has won the game or a winning drive? Absolutely. Celebrate all day long.
Yeah.
But you have Wander Franco, and we'll use him because that's recent, right? That's recent.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that there's more to come.
Sure.
Kevin Cash addressed him. You know what I mean?
Was he addressed?
I don't know. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. I would hope he got addressed.
I haven't seen one positive comment on that.
So Tampa Bay was up 6-1 against the Pirates.
Yep.
Catcher hits a grounder, right? A catcher runs to first base. You know the rest. He spins, flips the ball to himself. For what though? Like you said, what? Ooh, wow.
Bad.
But some people say this. It's for entertainment purposes and for the game of baseball to exist. That's what they say.
Oh my,
the game has evolved.
Yep. Not to that. It has evolved, but it hasn't evolved to freaking ball.
That's what they say. That's what these individuals say.
Listen, I'm not riding with that. One of my kids does that, and I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. I might pull him out right in that moment as a young player. As a young player. By the way, Wander Franco is an all-star. And I'm sure a lot of kids are looking up to him. And if you don't know who he is, you better pay attention because this guy is not going anywhere.
But that's my whole thing, Ray. If you are an all-star,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Why do you need to do that?
Nah, I'm not sure. I didn't.
What were you thinking? What were you thinking, though? I'll be honest with you. Let me ask you a question.
He thought he was in the Sandlot playing baseball.
Well, let me ask you a question, though. Let me ask you a question. Yes. Okay, I'm going to go back to the old school baseball. You're the manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates. A player like that does that to you.
Yep.
To your team.
Mm-hmm.
What are you instructing the pitchers to do?
Oh, I'm going to.
Or what is your team doing?
I'm throwing at you, and you're going to get hit. I'm not going to go for a kill shot, but you're definitely going to catch one in the shoulder or the back.
You're going to send them a message.
Yep.
You're going to send them a message because that was viewed, in my opinion, as disrespect to the other team.
I agree. Who was the runner anyway? I mean, I guess it's probably good his name's not out there, because we could have clowned him for being a turtle. But I mean, Wander Franco's a stud. Hopefully he does better after this little episode. Kevin Cashman got in his ear because he is probably one of the best players in the game, and he is the future. He's one of the futures of baseball. So we'll leave it there. I definitely want to touch on that. Smitty, we just touched an hour, man, and it does not feel like it.
It doesn't.
I feel
listen, before if you would like to move forward, Matt Harvey.
Yes.
He's officially retired. One of your own, Connecticut's own.
Yep.
He retired from baseball. Send a message via Twitter informing everybody that he's retired. And what do you think about his career?
I mean, for being a local guy, not even being a local guy, he had some great seasons. Matt Harvey had great seasons. I mean, he went to the World Series, right? That was at the Subway Series he pitched in. That was so long ago.
No, that was against Kansas City, I believe.
Kansas City Royals. Yep, you're right. That was Piazza in the Subway Series, and that's a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
No, but he had I would say, looking at his stats, right?
Yeah.
He shined for a couple of years. I mean, he was the best player in the best pitcher in the National League, for crying out loud.
But do you think the injury bug got the best of him?
We can call it that. We can call it the injury bug. I mean, when you get to a level like that and you're in New York, I'm sure there's a lot of distraction going on.
Kind of like Carl Pavano.
Well, Carl Pavano, he was another Southington native, I believe.
Yes.
Harvey finished with a 4.42 career ERA. I mean, that's great. You played in the major leagues for 9 years. So, mad props. His best year, he had 3 great years, like I said. His rookie 2012, he only pitched in 8 games, but he had a 2.73. 2013, 2.27. 2015, 2.71. And then it kind of, progressed in the wrong direction.
Mm-hmm.
But great. Hell of a career. And congratulations on your retirement to Matt Harvey. I mean,
definitely.
Listen, man, that guy had it. He definitely had it. He had it. So it is unfortunate when you get hurt, because you don't bounce back. I know another friend of mine, local guy, Avery Point pitcher Jeff Clark. He had an injury, but that dude's a monster. If he never got hurt, we probably would see him throwing. We would have seen him throwing the ball 30 times a year on the mound. Shake his hand, you shake his hand, he'll break your hand. I've tried it, and it was the dumbest thing I've ever done. Farm boy. Don't mess with a farm boy's strength. I'm going to tell you that right now. Anyway, Smitty, what are we doing right now? We're got 1 hour and 5. I know you want to touch on your draft real quick before we wrap it up, or you want to wait for Tuesday?
It's up to you. I mean, listen, it's just getting hot. The conversation is getting hot. If you want to make it real quick, as far as the Giants are concerned, I'll be honest with you. At the beginning of the draft, I had no idea with this new. Sometimes this admin could be so unpredictable. But like I said before, and I'll say it again, I'm happy that we have this admin. I believe in them. I think that we're moving forward in the right direction. Overall, I was happy with what they did. At first, I didn't understand. They traded up one with another team. They gave up 3 late picks, and then they got this D-back. I know I spoke to Kev, and he told me about Deonte Banks. He's a lockdown cornerback. So with the first pick, I was happy. And then with the big man out of Minnesota, John Michael Schmitz. I mean, that dude, man, I'd watched some video. Hopefully, like I said, hopefully these guys stay healthy.
Yeah.
And I think that good things are coming. Good things are coming. Are we there yet? I mean, listen, we're going to compete, and that's a plus. I think that we're going to compete in our division. They're tough. Philly has gotten tough. Dallas has gotten tough. Even the Commanders are getting tough. So I think the NFC East is going to be back in play as far as that's concerned.
Yep.
But who I'm really looking forward to, and don't get me wrong, like I really like the wide receiver that we picked with what's his name, Hyatt.
Oh, from Tennessee. Yep.
Yeah, but we got an undrafted pick, wide receiver. He's got like 3 names. Let's see.
I have no idea, Smitty. I missed that one. I missed that one. I know, and I'm pretty fired up. Obviously,
yeah, you guys got a good draft too.
I thought we had a pretty good draft. Brian McDonald, what's up, bro? Hope all is well. By the way, Brian's got some cool stuff going on YouTube. I mean, on Instagram. If everybody wants to give a follow, anything but a salad, we'll have to show some of his delightful treats very shortly. What's up, Randy Osga? Thank you for joining us again. My boy Rebel, be safe on that ride today, bro. Beautiful day to be on the bike. Wish I had mine. Brian said AFC greater than the NFC, most lopsided it's been in decades, and I don't think anybody can even argue that. You have the top 7 quarterbacks or top 7 out of 10 quarterbacks in the AFC. It's definitely going to be a scary year now with Rodgers with the Jets. As far as the Giants are concerned, Smitty, before I jump on the Patriots, the biggest crutch for the Giants this year, obviously, is going to be in the division that they play, and that their strength of schedule this year is going to be much more difficult than it was last year.
Definitely.
I stand by my words last year of the Giants having an easier schedule. You played better this year, so obviously the NFL will adjust, and it is going to be a rougher road for the Giants. Are you going to compete 100%? No doubt about it. The Patriots, I was very happy with our draft. I was hoping for a wide receiver. I was really looking forward to Jackson, Smith, and Jigba. Obviously, we didn't go that way. Christian Gonzalez fell all the way down to the 17th pick. We traded our 17th pick. I'm sorry. We traded 14 to 17, obviously. And did you hear the reason why we did that, Smitty?
No, what was it?
So Belichick wanted to screw the Jets. It's the only reason. The Jets obviously had the pick right after us. And Belichick said, you know what? F you, New York, my man. And he said, we're going to give the Pittsburgh Steelers the pick because they knew that Aaron Rodgers is going to need some sort of protection. Who was available? Broderick Jones for the Georgia Bulldogs. So obviously Pittsburgh, here they come in, scoop him up, protect Kenny Pickett. They got their guy. They got a heck of a lineman. The Jets didn't get him. So who do we go with? We ended up we got the best. We'll see. Potentially the best corner in the draft in Christian Gonzalez. We need him, Smitty. We need him.
Absolutely.
We got to face Josh Allen, Aaron Rodgers, and maybe Tua, maybe Mike White. We'll see. We'll see what the Dolphins end up with how long Tua plays. But also, we picked up Keon White, another guy that fell in the draft, edge rusher. We need it.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
Our main focus was defense. We picked up Marte Mapu, a descendant of the Junior Seau family. I believe he's I don't know if he's a grandson. I don't think he's
nice.
Or a nephew, possibly.
He's related to Junior Seau.
But yep.
The great Junior Seau.
the Bloodline, Hall of Fame linebacker, Junior Seau. He played for Sacramento State. He was a linebacker. I believe the Patriots are going to move him back into a safety role. But as far as the rest of the draft, can't forget about Kayshawn. Booty everywhere. That guy, watch out. Supposedly he's got some, some personal issues. Some people say he's a thug. I don't know. I haven't heard anything. I looked up a few things shortly, but then, I get sidetracked on other shit. So I didn't
see what happens. We'll see what happens.
I didn't follow through with it, Smitty.
So overall, you're confident and you are satisfied with the draft, the way your team drafted.
Yep. And Brian pretty much hit it on the head. And I've been saying this, defending my boy Mac Jones, especially with Dougie Fresh at work, because he likes to get me razzed up about Mac. Well, guess what? Mac is back this year because we have an offensive coordinator, something that we did not have last year, something that I'm looking forward to.
Quick question about that, Ray.
Yes,
quick question while we're on Mac Jones. Mac Jones, what university did he go to play football?
Roll Tide, baby.
Alabama. Now, Alabama, what was the last quarterback that actually won a Super Bowl? Not went to the Super Bowl, won a Super Bowl.
I mean, Jalen Hurts was there last year. Does that count?
No, sir. Actually has won the Super Bowl because from my point of view, yes, correct. Thank you, Scott. Joe Namath. My point of view is you can make it to the Super Bowl. You can make it to any championship series. But if you don't win, it don't matter.
Yeah. It does matter. It does matter, though. It does matter because yes, it matters.
Well, you got second place. Second place.
Well, let's face it. It's either you're in or you're out, right? So either you're going to enjoy the season and be hopeful, or you're going to know where you're at, right? Because this is how I do it, especially in baseball. The bar's not set very high for the Red Sox. For me this year, I mean, it's a little bit higher than it was, obviously, because we're just scoring runs. We can't pitch for shit. But in football, football's once a week. You know what I mean? Like I freaking breathe Sundays and Mondays and Thursdays.
Definitely.
That's the time. These games are crucial. It's more enjoyable when you have a guy that can get behind the center and audible, control the offense and not great defense too, obviously. But Mac Jones is going to be successful this year. We have a coordinator. Thank you for bringing him back. Let's go.
Now, real quick, Kev Mike said the Patriots are going to be awful this year.
I mean, he can say whatever he wants. He says a lot of things.
Brian said last year Giants overperformed. I agree. They're a 7-win team max. All right. I'm going to say they have to play the games. And I believe in Daboll. And I believe in that organization. We're going to see what the coaching staff do. I mean, Dexter, they signed Dexter too. I forgot. I'm sorry.
Dexter Lawrence.
What is he like? The third highest paid interior defensive lineman.
Deserving.
I think that the way they address that situation, I think that because, Dallas, Philly, they're clogging up the middle, you know what I'm saying, against the run. So I think, if they get pressure, that's the thing with the Giants, man. We need pressure to get to that quarterback, especially a mobile quarterback like your Hurts, Lamar Jacksons, you know what I mean? So we'll see what happens. I'm excited. Do I expect them to overperform? Absolutely not. I'm a realist, but I'm excited. I'm excited about the right direction that we're taking. The Giants are taking,
So and this is a question from Randy Osgood. Randy, thank you for joining us again. Are the Giants signing Barkley to a long-term contract?
You know what? I don't think so. I don't think the Giants will sign Barkley to a long-term contract. I think that Barkley made a huge mistake. If they sign him, they sign him. If they don't, they don't. I mean, that's the way I feel as a Giants fan. Long-term contract, I don't think that would be a smart move, considering as far as the tenure of a running back. I hate to say it like this because I really like Saquon, but are there more running backs coming up, in the draft and young and hungry?
Always.
So I mean, it wouldn't be smart for the Giants to sign him, and I don't see this admin signing him for a long-term contract. Shane is very smart when it comes to that. I mean, the guy, listen, they surprised me. I mean, I'm just like, you know what? These dudes are smooth. They know what they're doing. Sometimes they could be unpredictable, but they make the right moves.
Yeah, I think unfortunately for the running back position as a whole, it's a disservice to the running backs to draft anyone too high. For the player specifically, because unfortunately for a running back, and I think a lot of the running backs now that are, you'll see are going to be more two-dimensional, players. And the way that the Giants are building, right? You're building in the front. You got a couple good linemen, interior linemen, offense, defense. You know what? In next year or the year after, you might be able to actually waste a pick in the first round in a running back, because it's a waste to draft the running back in the first round. But if you're already built for that, let's face it, the more money you have, the more moves you can make. Signing Barkley is not going to help your pocket out. And not to mention, how many years does he have in the league? No, you don't sign Barkley. Absolutely not. Yeah. Is he a great player? Sure. Yeah. But he can go somewhere else. I wouldn't. And I'm saying that as a football fan, not as a Giant fan. I'm saying that as a football fan. Because
absolutely,
you get discounts all day long in the draft.
I agree with what Brian said. I mean, he says, wish they franchise Jones and sign 3 to 4 term Barkley, but it's a 2023 running back world. Only reason Giants won more games than they should have was because of Barkley. Barkley won games for the G-Man last year, not DJ. DJ doesn't make anyone around him better.
Fair.
I don't know. I mean, Saquon, absolutely. I mean, if they contain Saquon, but let's be honest, DJ didn't stand there and said, you know what, oh my God, Barkley is being contained, so I'm not going to do anything.
Right.
He's a role player. Let's be honest. Do I consider Daniel Jones an elite quarterback in the NFL? I'd be crazy to say that.
Yeah.
However, do I feel like he can rise to the occasion now with Daboll in there? And listen, if you watch close video of the Giants, I believe this kid did not have discipline prior to Daboll getting there. Daboll, if you watch those videos at the beginning of the season, him yelling at Daniel Jones, and I'm talking about yelling at him like he was his pops, and then he shifted. He didn't turn the ball over like he did in previous years. Mm-hmm. That was just my observation.
Yeah.
Saquon, of course, he's the nucleus of the offense. I would be crazy to say that, Daniel Jones outperformed. But Daniel Jones did not sit there and say, you know what, you're going to sack him. He ran for his life. He did his thing. And he's a role player, So that's just my take on that, Daniel Jones,
Scott said Daniel Jones equals Mac Jones, who can run.
Okay. We're going to see this year.
I'll give you Daniel Jones can run, but I'm not going to say he's Mac Jones. I don't think Mac Jones turns the ball over that much, and I think he's a little smarter. We'll see what happens this year.
I don't know about that. We'll see
what happens this year.
Yep.
I mean, Mac Jones wasn't very smart to run his mouth when he was pissed off and ask other people about how the offense was last.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with intelligence. That has to do with a little bit of emotions. You know what I mean? His emotions got the best of him.
Good. And I like emotion. I like emotion. I like emotion.
I like passion. I like passion. I think that there's a little bit of difference. I think if the emotions get the best of your intelligence, that's going to be your downfall. You know what I mean? Passion is great, and you show your passion. You let your actions speak louder than your words. You know what I mean?
This is all I'm gonna say on Mac Jones since you brought him up.
I didn't bring him up.
Who brought you? Asked me about Mac Jones. Someone asked me about Mac Jones.
Oh no, I asked you when was the last time you brought him up? I asked you when was the last time that an Alabama Roll Tide, like you said, Roll Tide, has won the Super Bowl, the championship in the NFL.
Yep. Yeah. All right. Got it. My bad. So
no problem.
I believe, and you know what? This is part of being a Patriot hater, and I embrace it because I am a hater of other teams. Obviously, you can't name them. But Mac Jones had a shitty year last year, and he's going to completely flip it around this year. And all these Mac Jones comments and thoughts and concerns about the Patriots quarterback are going to be put to rest. I'm just going to say that right now. And I'm going to say it confidently because I am a believer. And B-Mac was on that thread. We had a thread, Brian, And I wanted Mac. And I got him, and I'm happy. Year one was pretty good. Made the playoffs first year. Last year, not so good. All right, well, that's what happens when you have Matt Patricia and fucking the other dink, Joe Judge. By the way, best of luck to Matt Patricia with
Joe Judge was terrible.
Where did Matt Patricia sign? He's a defensive assistant somewhere, but who cares? Who cares? It's football season coming up. We got some months left. A lot of baseball left. Huge NBA playoffs going on right now.
So listen, Ray, real quick, okay?
Yes, sir.
The receiver's name that I forgot is Bryce Ford Wheaton.
Okay.
He was an undrafted agent that the Giants picked up. He's a 6'4", 211 pounds, and ran the 40 in 4:38 seconds at the combine.
Ooh, that's a nice size.
So I don't know why. I know why Hyatt went late. I know why. I believe that he had like an ankle injury in the combine or whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
The one who I wanted the Giants to pick, and I didn't want to, like, I'm one of those superstitious fans that if I say it, it's not going to happen. The Chargers took the receiver that I wanted. I believe his name is from TCU.
Quentin Williams.
Yes. I wanted him because I believe the Giants have enough slot receivers. I wanted a receiver that, is a tall receiver, kind of like Randy Moss / Plaxico Burress, that is a deep threat. You know what I mean? So we'll see what happens with that. Ken Stabler was the last quarterback from Alabama to win a Super Bowl. Okay. Real quick, Ray. Do you want to go to NHL before we close this out?
I mean, you can feel free. Biggest collapse in NHL history. Go ahead, shit on the Bruins, the Rangers.
No. Listen, I have no. But here's my thing. Here's where I'm going to lead with this. NHL, the Bruins had a historic season, regular season.
Yep.
Here's my point, Ray.
Okay.
You said that if a team makes it to the playoffs, right, and they go to the championship, and they do not win that chip, it was still a good season, right? It was still a good season, right?
It was a waste. It's a waste. There's nobody in their right mind. Listen, I'm a Patriots fan. We had the best season ever. Do you think I'm happy about that? I have nightmares to this day. It's a waste. It's a waste. Was it fun? Yes, the ride was great, but the heartbreak hurt more. And I know every Bruins fan is saying that right now. They're pissed off. They're angry. They're probably thankful that the Rangers got blanked in Game 7 because now they don't listen to New Yorkers. That's the worst. Just like it is for New Yorkers to hear about Boston. Listen, I'm not a Boston Bruins fan. I'm not a really big hockey guy, obviously, as we've already talked about. I grew up liking the Blackhawks just because I was a Bulls fan and I like the Patriots and the Red Sox. I'm like, I'll just go Chicago for hockey and basketball. But it's a waste of a season. Be pissed off. Bruins, Rangers. It's baseball season for everybody.
Done.
But
you know what? The New Jersey Devils are in it. Carolina, I believe, somebody said in one of the comments in the page, the Hook page, that they saw the Devils winning, but Carolina's playing good hockey right now. Carolina's playing good hockey.
They just beat up the Devils 6-1.
Mm-hmm.
The team that
Scott, go Devils. Scott says go Devils. Good luck to you, Scott.
Yep, Jersey boy.
But I'll tell you, Jersey boy, okay. But listen, let me tell you something. As far as the Rangers are concerned, like I said, I touched on that before. Hockey is not, my number one sport. However, they're a New York team. That's the team that I root for. I believe that I don't know what happened to the Rangers. I think that they did not play aggressive. They let the Devils back in. The momentum shifted, and the Devils closed it out.
Yep.
But that's back then, like you said, it's baseball season now. It's basketball, and that's what we got to look forward to.
Well, Fryer said he got smoked by the Rangers game 1-2. Still feeling good about it. Obviously still alive.
Mm-hmm.
So best of luck to your New Jersey Devils, Scott.
Yeah, absolutely. Good luck.
Carolina Panthers, the team that knocked out the Best team in hockey.
They whooped them. They whooped them yesterday, 6-1.
No,
That was yesterday
I'm
against
sorry.
the Devils.
I said the wrong thing.
Carolina Hurricanes.
Florida. I meant Florida Panthers.
Florida Panthers.
Florida.
Yep.
Christ, this is like me saying the Boston Mariners.
It's
Gee,
all right.
that's how good I am with hockey.
It's cool, man.
Florida. It is cool to the hockey fan that knows what the hell they're talking about.
I don't know. Listen, I'm just making it look good. I got the internet in front of me.
Thanks, Scott. So no, but real quick, the Florida Panthers were getting the shout out. They were getting challenged by the Toronto Maple Leafs. We want Florida. We want Florida. Well, Toronto, you're down 2-0, and you just lost home ice advantage. So
we've seen that happen too many times.
So
careful who you wish for.
Yo, careful.
Careful who you wish for. So Toronto, you said it. Florida's up 2-0, right?
Yep.
Dallas Stars against Seattle Kraken, 1-1. Golden Knights against the Oilers,
1-0.
The Vegas Golden Knights are up 1-0.
Yep.
Hurricanes are up 2-0. And the Oilers, yeah, I said that already. So we got some good hockey, man. I mean,
hey,
we're the hockey fans.
Smitty, you watch it and let me know how it goes. All right. You watch it and you let me know how it goes.
Oh man.
Oh shit. Hey,
definitely, man.
So listen, today, just to close it out, Yankees are on at 4. They're in Tampa, 4:10 to be exact. The Sox are in Philly. We're on tonight, 7:15. Biggest game of the day for you, Smitty, has to be the Knicks down to Miami. 3:30. Tune in. I'm looking forward to the Lakers and the Warriors. That's game's on at 7:30. We got a bunch more baseball. Like we said, we got hockey, we got Edmonton, Vegas, we got the Wells Fargo Championship right now. Oh boy, right now we got Wyndham Clark in the lead, Hatton, Lashley. Looks like there's some stars in this one, or some they're all stars. Also big night tonight in MMA. Sterling for Cejudo. That's probably going to be pretty good. That looks like a pretty good card tonight. UFC. Check into that. Other than that, happy Saturday, Smitty.
Happy Saturday. I'm looking forward to the crowd being nasty in Miami because I know there's a lot of New Yorkers down there. So, support the Knicks. Go New York. Go New York. Go. Let's get this.
Fuck New York.